Morning, morning, morning. It's a grey, overcast day here in the Sable Alone, and it's bloody cold. Never mind. Hope you're all engaged on this very adventurous little race around the world. Hard to say with that sometimes when you look at the boats, but there you go. They're all having a good time, and I'm completely impressed with the people of South Africa. Well, I've got a light on here. And the hospitality and so on. All the entrants are just having a ball wherever they go. All the little ports and bits and pieces. Beaches. Look at that. Whew, another one. so, yeah, great little clubs, great little marinas. I mean, it's unbelievable. So, certainly enjoying the ride. And I think we're going to get a call from Christian today sometime, probably in about 5 or 6 minutes or something. So, we'll just carry on and. He's set off already on his way to Mussel Bay, and we had a quick chat last night, and he was just checking. He thought we'd be travelling. We don't leave until very early tomorrow morning, so there won't be a tracker tomorrow morning for sure. We'll be on the train then, heading up to Paris, and then we fly, and then overnight and into Cape Town on the 29th. And I don't think we'll probably do one on the 29th as long as we've got connections. I don't know whether I'm taking the Starlink or not. We will be in the car, but anyway, we might better stop and have a look and explain exactly what's going on, because there's surprise, few things going on, which we'll talk about later. KERI's on his way to Cape Town. He's an ocean racer, so we'll see how the weather stacks up and what how it evolves. But he's fully intending to stay at sea and make direct for Cape Town. He's got a bit of a tactical plan there. I first heard about it this morning. He sent me a couple of messages just to clarify the Simonstown stopover. It's now a weather stop. It's not a pit stop. I haven't seen a response yet from the club. I've just got here, so there might be a response today. Because we've requested politely that we be released from our obligation there, and because they were doing quite a few little things there to get ready for the fleet. Anyway, so let's go straight to the tracker, and we'll talk a bit more about that when we get there. So here's the tracker. You're on the tracker. Now I'm going over to the tracker, and here's KERI out wide. And as I say, he basically was seeking permission because he thinks, subject to the weather, that he may be able to make direct for Cape Town. He's not intending at this stage to make ports, to my great surprise this morning when he mentioned that he was bound for Simonstown, because that was a compulsory pit stop. He wanted to clarify what would happen. So, and there's some interesting points here. I particularly waited until I was certain that the fleet that's currently in Moselle Bay didn't make a bolt for Simonstown, because I didn't want to upset their tactical situation. They all had the option to go to Simonstown, but they didn't want to take it. There was an argument to say that you could have snuck through if they left early yesterday around, and possibly there's another little fishing port around here somewhere. A local was telling me yesterday on WhatsApp. But anyway, they sat tight, and I obviously assumed that KERI's going to stop in somewhere, but he's going to carry on. So there you go. And Josh is still out there. That's a bit frustrating for him. It was a very slow. Hang on, this is what I'm looking for here. Very slow, sort of voyage across the bottom here. And there's Christian. Christian's already out there. He's making a move, but let's wait and see. I'll stand by for that call, because I said give us a call about 5 minutes, 10 minutes past, and he'll call in. So anyway, he's underway, making from Mussel Bay, doing 1.4 knots. That's surprising because there seems to be plenty of breeze there. I know why. Because his boat speed will be faster than that, because he got away only in the last couple of hours, so it's averaged that. So he's probably sailing a lot faster than that. But because he left in that 4-hour gap between signals, it's measuring the total speed, average speed over the 4 hours for that speed of 1.4 knots. So he's got a bit of a way to go. Just to remind you, the distance between there and Russell Bay is 128 miles. So it's a good 24 hours, but there's quite a breeze there, so he should be fine. And Josh currently making 4.6 knots, 76 miles in the last 24 hours, and he has got, I'll give you an ETA off of this because the breeze is going to hold in now. He's got 29 miles to go, so you could say 6 hours. So he'll be in daylight. 6 hours. So here comes Christian. So let me get back here and see if I can put it up. Hello, 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 hello. Here you come. Hello. I've got your audio, but here we go. Okay. Hello. Oh, hang on. I've got to try and. Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah, hang on. I've got to get you your landscape. So hang on a sec. I think everyone can see that. I'll try and get it in here so you're a bit bigger.
You want to have everything in landscape.
No, yeah, it's perfect. You're gonna be a full feature on the documentary. Don't worry about that. So how's it going? Must feel good to get underway at last.
Yeah. I really enjoyed St. Francis and all the nice people I met there, and their hospitality was just great. But I'm happy to have a good weather window all the way to Mossel Bay. And I stayed out at around Cape St. Francis and Seal Point with the lighthouse, and just was about turning west. I just turned west, and the wind is picking up in time, and it's will be a fast ride probably.
Yeah, fantastic. So you got your sunnies on. It looks like beautiful sailing, blue sky.
I hope, no, not really blue. It's a bit covered, but I still can have my batteries topped up with the solar power, so that will be good. But I think it will be more cloudy during the day, and
Yeah. So
that's what the forecast says.
So the biggest challenge looks like it's going to be sales. You explain. Tell us what happened when the sailmaker saw your mainsail and how that's going.
That was in East London, and I was happy that so far I didn't have major things to do on my mainsail, but others had. And they were showing the sails to the sailmaker, and I got only problem with my jib in East London. I've got other problems with the head sails too, but in East London was just my jib. And I showed it to the sailmaker and explained to him that we have still 8,000 miles to go with these sails. And he looked up, stared at me, and then he started laughing. So that was not really promising. Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah, this is going to be an interesting story, eh? I mean, the sails are pretty good, and the cloth is, pretty impressive. They've just been out in the sun for a long time. So let's just see. I mean, you can't really say much. I mean, I'm not sure what I'd be thinking if I'm in Cape Town now. Anyway. Yeah. So what about your shoulder?
Yeah, just to finish that with the sails, even after the Atlantic, I was thinking, although I don't have experience or had no experience back then in ocean sailing, I was thinking the sails not going to make it around the world because on the Atlantic I already had problems with the hang-on jib because the piston hangs killed the sail, and got rid of the piston hang, so the soft jackets worked perfect, but it's a thin cloth, and we have different sizes of spinnakers, but not different weights. So they're for different wind angles, but not for different wind speeds. So maybe that's something to think about.
What would you suggest for the next MGR? What do you reckon is the best way out of it?
I don't know exactly what kind of sailcloth Quantum is using there, but the UV protection doesn't look pretty good. So there might be possibilities to get a UV protected Dacron that will last longer. And for the spinnakers, I think I would be happy with one sail, maybe the A7 that's a bit smaller, and to have that with a thicker sailcloth, that we can use it in in higher winds, but I see a gap there between the jib and the light A7.
Yeah, it's
So we
interesting.
will fly
We
one
might
sail
have to.
a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's referring to the mainsail. We might have to offer two types of mainsails. They'll be exactly the same hardware and the same shape and size, but offer
Yes.
one that's a heavier version. So if someone's club racing or the
Yeah.
Transat, they go with that. But if you're around the world, you've got the option to get a souped up one.
Yes, but that would be a good idea because the repairs, the cost for repairs are really killing us here.
Yeah.
And of course, nobody. It still is a race, so yeah. I'm in adventure mode, as you know, but it's still. We try to get around with one set and not get the time penalty of 48 hours.
Yeah. But also, we're learning a lot about the distance and the amount of sun. So I think that's what's going to happen. We'll do a round the world version, same sizes, and give a few options to people. Anyway, so your shoulder, what's happening there?
Yeah, the shoulder was the last 3 nights was perfect because I had a proper bed, but on the boat it's difficult. Movement is an issue, and I try to sleep on a little bit of slope. So I've got my grab bag under my pillow and put the mattresses on top, so that it got a bit of a slope, and that feels a bit better. But yeah, it's not good anyways with the shoulder. So
Yeah.
I'm still on the painkillers, and yeah.
Okay.
It's doable, but not perfect.
So walk us through the connection with your host that gave you a bed and a room. How did that start, and how did it evolve?
That was just amazing. I arrived at Port St. Francis right after midnight, and there were a few berths free, not occupied. So I just got in there because there was nobody there. There was security walking around, and I couldn't get that sorted out. But right on the next morning, someone knocked on my boat. I said, "Oh, maybe I have to switch to another berth. I have to leave the marina." But showed up. This was Alistair, a guy, South African, who lives here in St. Francis, and is following the MGR right from the beginning. So he knew about the race and is living right above the marina and saw a boat with flags and said, "Oh, that's unusual." So he went down and that spotted me there. So that was really nice, and invited me for breakfast, and a few other people came up, and Yanni was one of them, and he offered me to stay at his home, which is also close to the marina, in a proper bed. He and his wife Christina were such lovely people. They are preparing meals and dinner and letting me stay at their home. It was just amazing.
Yeah, fantastic. It's a bit of a thing for South Africans, eh? Anyway, that's good to hear. And it's kind of interesting because, it's interesting the number of people that are following the race, but we don't, on purpose, we don't start trying to coordinate and organise these pit stops. I mean, not a pit stop, the random weather stops, because you don't know when they're going in and what time, and the locals have just picked up on it, eh? It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Well, it was just amazing there in the marina. It was even another guy showed up who found out that he's running quite a big factory here with 250 people employed, building balance and nexus catamarans. So
right.
that they are building a 580 too, but it's a bit different kind of 580.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Well, that's all good. So, how do you feel? Sort of now you're getting close to Cape Town, all that sort of stuff. You look very relaxed. You look very healthy, except for your shoulder. You're obviously having a good time.
Yeah, I'm well rested. The last 3 days we were just great to relax, and we will see. The weather forecast is a bit. It's okay. We can. it's gusting. It's supposed to be gusting 35 to 40 knots during the night, but it's from the stern, so shouldn't be a problem. And it will be a fast ride to Muscle Bay, and then looking ahead, the weather window for Cape to go all the way to Cape Town. If we don't have to stop in Simonstown, will be on Tuesday, I think. So the 2nd. It's coming a bit earlier than expected, and will probably last for 3 days. So enough time to go to Cape Town, and that's it's just amazing to go around Cape Agulhas, most southern point in Africa, and I can't wait to get there and to Cape Town. That's a story to tell. Yeah.
Just for the people watching, just walk us through your process of departing. Lodging a sail plan, all that sort of stuff for the NSRI.
Yeah, NSRI are doing a great job here and have really have an eye on us and on every boat here. And what we heard so far, there's even depending where you go in which marina, like Neisner, which is unfortunately not really possible without an engine. But there's people spotting the boats and guiding them in on VHF where to go, where the shallows are, and it's just great. They're doing a great job, and they've got an app, same name as the app that we use in Germany. It's Safe Tracks, Safe TRX, and you can do your passage plan in there, and that's a bit more detailed than the one that we generally use for South Africa, that we use from Durban. And so I'm running both of them now. Sometimes it's a bit of an issue when you do an amendment to your passage plan, because it's not saying which port you actually leave. So the general passage plan that I had was from Durban to Cape Town, because that's the passage that I want to do. And if I have to stop in between, then I can put some other ports in. But leaving from this stopover port for the weather stop, that I can't put that in the app. So I tried to call NSRI, but didn't reach someone so far, or that was because of our inability to make phone calls anymore. But I think here with the app, they are pretty where we are and tracking us all the time, so it will be fine.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, good to chat. Take care tonight with the big breezes. There's but that'll be fun to catch up with the rest of them. So good luck, eh?
Yeah, thank you. I'm just preparing everything to maybe it will not be possible to cook later, so preparing easy stuff and just getting a tea, nice vanilla tea from Mauritius, and
you might
for this passage.
You might pick up some ground because you may have a fast trip in, whereas the others took quite a while, eh?
That was the idea.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, good luck. Thanks for calling in, and we'll look forward to catching up soon.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Fantastic. Thanks, Christian.
Bye.
See you later. Bye-bye.
See you.
Okay, so that was a bit of fun. Get out of here. Boom. Yep. Okay. So, he's got some big wins coming tonight, but tactically he could pick up, 4 or 5 hours or more, a bit hard to say, but certainly there's going to be no lack of breeze, and it's from the right direction, and he's not impacted by, current going against the breeze and so on. So, but he may have a bit of fun. Same with KERI. So I think he's going to have some fun. So let's just go back to the tracker and finish that off. Hang on a sec. Now you're back on the tracker. I'm now on the tracker, so that's cool. We didn't go through the weather yet. We'll just look at that now for. Too far. That's probably about right. I'll leave it there, just to show you what Christian's going to get going through, and then we'll come up and talk about KERI. So I'm pushing this through every few hours now, if all goes right. There's 6 hours. So you can see there that yellow is going to be 28 knots gusting, 35, something like that even. So there's going to be no shortage of breeze, and then it's starting to get a bit purple. If he goes inshore, you'll see that there's a distinct little area where there's not as much wind. So I wouldn't be surprised if he does that. I'm not sure. I doubt whether there'll be any fishing boats out there. There may be. And the distance offshore where that band is, if we pick an average from there to there, it's 6 miles. It's not too bad. There'll be lights along the shore there, maybe. He's got the GPS chart plotter. That's what I'd be doing. I'd be riding this band here, and if it's correct, and it probably is, then you can vary the breeze you want. And let's have a look at the. Oh, anyway, let's just get rid of that. Hit that again, and keep chuffing it through. But there, it's starting to die out straight away. So it's a quick puff. This is same time tomorrow. So 24 hours later, when he's coming in, he may start to run out of breeze at the end. But he's going to have no shortage of breeze, and he should be able to run that edge if it gets too much. For sea state, let's have a look at the waves here. Oh, jeepers. Yeah, pretty big. But it is a little bit less inshore once again, and it's all going the right way. And just to confirm the currents, there's the current. You've got a bit of current going with him. Geez, quite a lot on the corner there. It's getting up around a knot maybe, something like that, and half a knot down here, so that's all helping. So maybe you'll push through and get very close before the wind dies off in the morning. So that's the game plan there. Now let's go up and have a look at KERI. I'll push this up. Day 276. It's all been happening. And I'll drop this down, bring it back to today's weather. Drop it down again, and we'll go say good day to KERI. Get rid of that. Oh, there's KERI there. Okay, so a little bit. He's actually pushing through pretty well there at the moment, and he's still got a very nice breeze there. He pushed through that little light stuff. Would have had a bit of headwind maybe, but not for very long. So anyway, at the moment he's doing 8.6, flying through there, and done 145 miles in the last 24 hours. So he sailed straight past East London where the fleet stopped. That saves him time, right? So there's no doubt about the fact that whereas he had a slow start at the beginning because the Gullis current had actually moved a bit further south, so it took him maybe 4 or 5 hours longer to get into that current stream. He's now back on track, bypassed East London. That's going to save him time. He's moving quite fast, and can he hold on to it? But let's have a look at the weather overall. This is going to be an interesting thing to watch here because he is absolutely heading direct for Cape Town at the moment. That's his intention. He's had a look at the long range forecast, and let's just see. So breeze kicks in, same as Christian, and that's pretty solid. That's already 28, 30 knots. Breeze is sort of cutting across the current, which is not a bad thing, but it'll be lumpy, that's for sure. Still manageable. I mean, it's not off the planet. Tomorrow I won't be here tomorrow. Anyway, it's fluctuating in and out, but it's definitely solid breeze. 30, gusting 35, starting to get a bit of pink there, and he'll hang on to that. It's running straight down the current. It should be manageable. They still might be closer together. It's a bit hard to say. I've never been in such a strong current with such a solid wind, but at least, no question, it's going in the right direction. So he's going to sit there and rock it through, and he'll probably ride it all the way down here if the objective is course out there, but he'll probably come down, sit in the current, and then bang out down here if he can manage the weather. So back to the wind here. Back to the wind. It's puffy, but it's going to be over, and there it's, oh boy. So this is now, okay, so 28, this is tomorrow afternoon, about 36 hours out, and it's going to get very unstable. So in 36 hours, he's going to meet up with that a lot quicker here. I'm just going to backtrack this one a bit. No, I can't backtrack, hang on. I just want to go back to work out where he'll be after 24 hours from now. So I'm going to come back there, and then just push the weather through to 7:30 in the morning. There it is. Okay, so that's the weather in 24 hours. So 24 hours, he's going to be, if he can hang on to this, he's going to be doing 8 knots. So that's 160, 70, maybe 180 miles, 170, 180 miles, something like that. So let's assume that's the case. Oh, I've lost that. Why did that happen? Okay, bang on here. 1, 2, okay. Okay, so by this time tomorrow, he's going to be around about here. Okay, something like that. He's going to be, past, around about there. So just remember that. I'll put the grids in so you can do it. Now, the weather in 24 hours, that's what he's got. He's still in the breeze, right? So he's got this solid breeze. That's about where he's going to be. Oh, I've got a bit of an overload here. So that's where he'll be in 24 hours, right there. So then what's happening with the weather, that's what's happening there. Then it gets very unstable, pulls back. Okay, this is where it's hard to predict now. See, this is like a little cells, very confusing little cells. And in fact, I'm interested to see what the clouds are doing here, because that'll give us a bit of a hint. Wow. Okay, so that's some serious cloud and rain and instability and potentially squalls here. Okay, so there is a really strong area of instability, which it's like hang on to your hats and just, be ready for anything. But interestingly, it's not headwinds here. So this is now 36 hours ahead. And let's just keep pushing it through and see what happens. In fact, I'm going to cut back a bit here on the size. So there's the area of instability. He will be around about here. Then 36 hours on, he's still going to be able to ride. That's on the beam. That's still feasible. That's workable. So in 36 hours, he'll be pretty much offshore from where the guys are in Mussel Bay, which is very interesting. That'll be a very quick trip down. So KERI will have absolutely pulled some ground against Torreno and the lead pack there. I can't even imagine working it out, but my gut feeling is that he will have possibly taken a day or so out of the fleet to that point if he can hang on to it from there. And that's obviously part of his game plan. So anyway, but it'll be some interesting sea states there. Let's look at the waves. It'll be all purple, no doubt. Yep, all purple all the way around. Now, just remember this. This is why I was thinking yesterday some of the fleet could have tried to get out of here and bolt around, but they decided not to. Because all the way along the coast, there's less wind and less sea close to the coast, even though it's blowing hard. But that's fair enough. So 36 hours there is there. Now moving along to 24 hours, there's headwinds. And I think, I have no idea what he'll do there, but further south, if you look down, it's turned along the coast. He'll be around about here somewhere. Maybe tack inshore, just ride it into the coast, right? And again, that's manageable. There's 28 knots, it might be manageable. It'd come in the coast. There's another shelter spot here somewhere. I'm not sure, but anyway, it's not looking outrageous, put it that way, but it's not going to be easy. So continuing on, and then it gets interesting. But if he did go south, you can see if he went south, he could actually bring it back on port, and that's manageable. That's absolutely manageable. There's 15, 20 knots there, and then you turn. If he rode that one and just headed down when he had the headwind, which he may do, it's a tactical decision. And then as soon as it swings here, he just flops across, and he'll be coming back in towards the coast. So anyway, moving right along with that. Then you can see the wind strength is all manageable for the 30th and so on and so on and so on. Now, KERI might be a bit pissed off with me at the moment. I'm just realising this because I might have let the cat out of the bag, but he didn't say to keep it top secret, and I'm reporting on the race. But if I was sitting in Mussel Bay watching KERI sail past really generally quite fast, riding it through. Who knows what might happen? But anyway, it looks manageable. So KERI is absolutely on his way to Cape Town. So we'll see what happens. That's what we got now. The weather's very unstable, all that sort of stuff. But let's just watch this space. That's about all I can say there at the moment. And just to give an overview, just to show you how it's changing. This is always part of the challenge. Anyway, hang on. Here we go. A bit of an overview. So there's the 28th. That's what you got. A lot of instability. Blah blah blah. It's not fast out to go out at that time, but then to get out of Mussel Bay at that point is a bit of a challenge. But if you're down south here, where KERI might be, and he tacks across it, he can actually ride it out. So that's kind of interesting. May do it, and then it's stabilised a bit. A lot of those big, heavy winds that were forecast are sort of disappearing. So let's wait and see what happens here. Yep. It's all looking very interesting indeed. Enough of that. Come back here and I'll read you the reports. Where are we? I'm coming back here. There we go. Rightio. Right, the reports. Photos. Here we go. So, Entrant reports. KERI made an interesting one. I've just realised. Today, what do we got? Red Jasmines. Adam came in late yesterday, so Jasmines, I might have missed that as well, because it came in at 9:16 when I was talking. Or maybe I did read a couple of words. I don't know. I'll read Jasmine's again because I forget if I read it. No, I don't think I did. I finished it today. Okay, number 2. Did I? 3.5 passages felt like, no, I did read it. No. Okay, Adam. Enjoying sleep after the added attention needed for a coastal passage. Little Wren is in good shape, so that's a good one from Adam. Happy to be there. Skookum. Happy Thanksgiving to the fans from America. Yes. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Big day. Poor turkeys. Jeepers. Imagine how many turkeys get done. We're in Disneyland once for Thanksgiving, and they put a special reprieve for a bunch of turkeys, and they're in Disneyland, and they make a big deal about it. These ones aren't going to get eaten for Thanksgiving. Anyway, and the other one is turducken. You forget about your turkey. You got to have a turducken, which is a turkey stuffed with a chicken, stuffed with something else. I forget now. Jeepers, we did it a few times. A turkey stuffed with a chicken and stuffed with a rabbit or a duck. There's a duck in there. That's right. Turducken. So it's a turkey stuffed with you got to break them open, split the chicken, split the duck, put them in and stuff it in the rear end of the turkey. That's the turducken. That's Alison and the boys talk about that. Anyway, sorry, I digress. Back to Skookum. Although I was not planning on stopping in Port Elizabeth, I'm glad that I did. John at the Nelson Mandela Bay Yacht Club was so kind and helpful, even staying up late to help me come in when I arrived. I was then graciously welcomed by local sailors, Shane, Gordon and Marshall, who took me out to a local brewery for some craft beers, then back to Shane's house for some dinner. Classy, genuine people, well met. Thanks, PE and the Nelson Mandela Bay Yacht Club. It's fantastic, eh? It's really quite cool, sharing humanity and people doing different things. And, thanks to the South Africans. KERI Harris, happy Thanksgiving, Josh. That was just a sideline one. Then Manager Nikki, immortal game, enjoying fattening myself up after a challenging tactical leg to Mussel Bay. This place is very scenic, and the hospitality here has continued to impress me. I love South Africa. Happy Thanksgiving, Josh, from someone. And then KERI, this is KERI sent this picture. You guys can work it out. He sent out pictures, a post of his, and talking about don't what did he say? One of his posts was don't deep fry a turkey because it'll probably blow up anyway. So that's the lot there. Let's see. What do we got here? Okay. Ian Stearns, g'day. Good morning from Ireland. G'day, mate. Christian, morning from Wilderness. Andrew, g'day, Andrew. No questions here. I'm watching Don from Darwin. Good on you, Elsie. He starts to look like Richard Branson. That's Christian. I absolutely agree. I must ask him one day how long since he cut his hair length, how long it's taken to get there. Christian looks like Causeway. KERI may leapfrog the rest of the week. He certainly may. So anyway, all part of the fun. Thanks for that. We will not be here tomorrow, probably, unless I do a quick something. I might get a post from the train or something. I don't know. Quietly, or won't be a tracker update. I might say something. Whatever. I'll try to keep up with it, and then we'll be in Cape Town on losing track. That's Thursday. No, today's Thursday. Friday. On Saturday, we'll be in Cape Town, so we'll see what happens then. All right, take care. See you later. Like, share, all that sort of stuff, and we'll see you hopefully on Saturday.